Welcome to Redeeming Thunder. My name is Erica, and I'm here to give you a prophetic word given regarding Deborah's. Deborah's are as rare as unicorns series. And in a sense, they are. In the scriptures, it speaks about only one woman given the gift, the mantle to be a prophetess, and also given another mantle to be a judge. Alongside the only other ones that had two mantles of the same, a prophet and a judge, was Samuel and Moses. In the journey that Yahushua is taking you to become a judge and a prophetess, you will see attributes of great leadership, boldness, assertion. You will notice maybe even your job on this earth has some level of authority given, supervisory position, a lead position, in the sense of and as a judge, she was given the mantle, the authority to judge the Israelites, as in guiding them, providing commandments, providing instruction on how to follow the laws, the Jewish laws, and was judge. So basically showing them right from wrong. In the sense of leadership, she was not only a great leader in the professional world, but also in her personal life. Her walk was genuine. So she was the same person indoors as she was outside of her home. I recall being a teen and I having many friends at church. I recall them stating, as a young teen, so teeny bopper, and then as an older teen, I recall friends coming to me and telling me that I like you because you were the same person behind closed doors and into, out in the world. You are the same. You're not entirely different, hidden agenda type of person. And I found that like, oh, that's a funny thing to say, but actually it was a really nice compliment. Do you have what it takes to become a prophetess? Is Yahushua calling you to become a prophetess? I remember back in 2022 when, after I prayed to break curses off of our lives, actually 21 curses to be exact, that were hindering our generations and also our personal lives. Okay, it was like these cycle of hindering curses. After I prayed those, I was revealed this gift, and like I opened my eyes, I woke up and realized this entire time, because almost about 15 years before that is when I got baptized in the Holy Spirit. And during that time, I recall Yahushua giving me a special vision, and it really was pivotal in my life. It was a vision that was on earth, and I actually felt a difference. Like I felt a magnificent Shekinah glory. And it was when these two angels came to me and they gave me a star, what looked like a really bright white star. And as soon as I grabbed it, I felt like this overwhelming sense of joy, overwhelming sense of peace, overwhelming sense of holiness, overwhelming sense of no burdens, no yokes on my shoulder. And I realized in that moment, that is what heaven feels like. And in a sense, if we're living in true righteousness, maybe that's the goal overall. To feel his heavenly presence. We are his temple. To feel that level of peace, joy, calm, sense of calmness, no anxiety, no fear, no sorrow, not 1 ounce of it. And that is what it feels like. Maybe that's the goal. That's the end game, is to obtain it. And I felt it. I felt it for a few seconds. I felt what it felt like to really have shalom. And that could have been the ideal point of the calling. But since there was a lot going on, and life was going on, and it was in the wrong church setting, in the wrong relationship, a lot of things were wrong. But that one pivotal moment was right. And you could be having a calling, you could be having this marvelous mantles, and you won't know that they're a part of you until you give it all. I remember in that moment, I gave it all. I said, please let me feel a little bit of your glory, just a little bit of your glory. And if that was a little bit of the glory, that was an outstanding, extraordinaire for feeling a little bit. In fact, that was just, I felt it for a couple seconds. It was like out of this world, because it was out of this world. I was in the heavens. I was in the sky in that vision. So, I remember another vision I had, okay, where I was younger, a lot younger. And I thought that was my very first vision, but when I really started to think about it, I actually had one prior to that. And it was my mom driving in the car, and my sister and I were in the car with her. And suddenly I'm like, do you guys see that? And it was looking straight ahead, and we were in the back seat. And I could see like streets of gold, like a kingdom, like a castle. And everything was made of gold, and it was beaming. The sun was beaming right on there, and everybody could just see the sun, okay? But I was looking right into directly, and it was the time of the day, like around 7, when the sun was setting, going down, or maybe 6 o'clock. And right in that spot, I was like, oh, do you guys see that? It looks like, is that what heaven looks like? If I asked my mom, is that what heaven looks like? She's like, what? I'm like, look straight ahead. I'm like, do you see that gold? Do you see that? Do you see the castle? And she's like, no, I don't see the castle. And she's like, I see it's really bright. And then my sister's like, no, I can't. I don't see it. And I'm like, no, it's right there. Is that what heaven looks like? That must be what heaven looks like. And it happens to be around the time when she was working on a play, on a skit. And she needed a scene to resemble what a heavenly place. And then she asked me to paint what I saw. So we painted it together. She drew it and we painted it together, and it was very amazing moment. So I felt like, since a child, since in your womb, yahuah could have called you to become a prophetess, but not just a prophetess, another mantle of authority, also a judge. And so that could be why he gives me a lot of prophetic word, many prophetic word regarding his commandments, his virtues, his statutes, of righteousness, of also judgment, because being a judge is someone that gives the last judgment, right, for that person's sentence. And then he's establishing these attributes all along my entire life. Okay? And you would think, how would that be? You could tell if throughout your life you're somehow in a leadership position. Okay? You're somehow in a leadership position at your high school, at your middle school. You are in some kind of leadership position at your church. Somehow you become the voice of reason. You have a high level of morality. You have integrity. You could be the one that friends go to for advice, for wisdom. These are the things. These are the attributes. But with these attributes, Yahushua wants me to talk about how to be a Deborah when you're seeking marriage, and or when you're waiting for the kingdom spouse to be presented to you, when you are